This is our house, which we are renovating to make our home. My name is Orion, this is Jess and Benji, and Lilia has just turned 3 months old. Since birth, we have ripped this house apart, rewired it, did some plumbing, and moved in the space of approximately a month. So if you're interested in learning how to do things around the house, DIY, renovation, all the above, then make sure you hit subscribe to follow along every single Wednesday and Sunday to see us turn this house into a home. Today is the day that we actually stay inside despite the weather being absolutely gorgeous. I have recharged my batteries just a little bit and I think it is time to get back on the train and do a little bit of DIY. But before I reveal what we're doing today, grab yourself some Orion Whittle embroidery top quality merch over at orionwhittle.com. You can scan the QR code that you can see on the screen and pick yourself up some really nice clothing. I am so happy with how it's come out. It comes in a variety of different colors. And I've kicked things off with a small selection of hoodies, t-shirts, crew necks that feel good and are very, very comfortable to wear. So thank you for everyone who has supported the merch already. I really appreciate it. All right, this is on the agenda today because this is not good. It has been 2 months now and Jess is still very much living out of the box and she has no desk to work on when she wants to do her stuff. So in today's video, the plan is to build in a desk in this cupboard. I'm going to be making this all from scratch out of plywood, and if it doesn't turn out the way I hope, then I'll just change the worktop. But a worktop's going to go across there and into the cupboard hole. Then I'm going to put shelves all the way up, and then up here will be another top shelf. Then I'm also thinking of putting like a little cupboard here to hide the cables, like a cable cupboard, rather than putting it into the desk. That way everything's accessible at desk height. You don't have to crawl into the desk to get to the wires, and it'll be hidden away in a little cupboard. This is the rough sketch I have laid out for what the desk will look like from underneath. I'm going to have these little battens here, so you'll have drawers later on down the line, and then gap here for where the battens will go on the wall to support the desk itself. Because this is a built-in desk, I'm going to have to build it in parts. So I'm going to build the top part of the desk first, which you'll actually see the surface with battens underneath that, and then I will basically pin another piece of plywood underneath it to sandwich it together, and that will create little drawers that Jess can use. Anyway, that's enough talks about the plans. Let's get some tools out, mainly the circular saw, as well as a pencil, tape measure, and I'm probably gonna need this bad boy. This track combined with the jig that I brought for my circular saw off Etsy is probably single-handedly one of the best things I ever did. You just lay the track out, put your circular saw on, and you are away. Easy peasy. Makes cutting boards like this really easy. Let's go see if it actually fits. Well, the good news is it fits in this way, which is kind of hard to show because I'm using one hand, and it also appears to fit this way. Now there is a slight gap there because I used a laser measure to measure this wardrobe, and I took a couple of mil off so it wasn't a stupidly tight fit. So having a tiny gap there is actually fine. I just need to account for the cables that are coming up the desk and out here with my trunking. And I think before we push on with like building the desk in here, let's get this all cleared out so I've got a tidy space to work with. Kind of hard to work in this environment, I can't lie. And now that I have it all cleared out, I am realizing another issue that I created when I did this room. When I installed this trunking, I glued it to the wall, and to take it off is left. Yeah, not a pretty sight. It isn't the end of the world, as I will be putting the trunking back in once the desk is in place, but I kind of wish I'd not glued it in now. But I kind of wanted to tidy away the cables so they weren't just loose like this when we moved in. Never mind, it gets worse. The lining paper kind of cuts the corner, so it's, as I put the desk in, as it is fitted, it's kind of taken out a bit of the lining paper. So looks like some repair work is going to be needed here as well, but with a couple of wooden legs to hold it in place, it actually fits perfectly. I cut out the corner for the trunking to fit into, and there we have it. A fitted desk. Now obviously it's kind of just hovering in place. I need to get the battens on the wall and stuff like that, but as long as I know the top fits in nicely, the rest of it should be fairly simple. So with that in mind, let's get some battens cut for the wall. Okay, with all of my battens now cut down to size, I have marked out spots where I'm going to drill into the wall and where I'm going to be putting my pocket holes. That way, after I have my battens on the wall, I can actually fix the desk top to those battens using screws. All thanks to this jig from Craig. Okay, I have got my battens temporarily screwed into the desktop, and it's obviously flipped upside down, kind of looking like a chicken at the moment. The last thing I need to do is cut some pieces of plywood to act as dividers inside the desk. That way there is some drawer space inside of it rather than it just being completely hollow. And it looks a little bit like this. I've got some pocket holes in my dividers so I can screw these into place, and then this is a very large size drawer. I'm thinking of actually stopping it somewhere because it's longer than my arm, which means if anything rolls to the back, you're basically never getting it out. All the same, I am fairly confident I have done everything I need to do for this desk. It's just the underside now, or like a lid. This is upside down, obviously. So using the desktop as a template, I am going to cut down another piece of ply that I can pin underneath at last. With the underboard all sorted, it's just time to fit it in. Now, obviously, I'm going to start by pinning all of my battens onto the wall. And to do that, I will be using my laser level, as well as my marksman chalk marking tool. This basically punches through the wood and will leave a mark on the wall. Makes it incredibly handy for me to leave this on the wall like this, find exactly where I want it, and doubly check down that it's level. Smidge this way, and then this thing we just put it through the holes and leaves a mark on the wall where I need to drill. Now we just need to repeat that process all the way around the perimeter of the wardrobe. Okay, time for the moment of truth. Does this sit nicely in here? Now I've got to account for the cables, so if we go in this way. How am I going to do this? Let's go in this way. I think this is the best course of action. Put it on there, like so. And then we can slide it in. That gives me a chance to get the cables, like so. There you go. Oh my god, I made that so much more difficult than I needed to. All the same, it is securely in place. I just need to screw it all together now. Well, that took me a lot longer than I anticipated, but everything is in. The desk is not going anywhere. It's all screwed in. I'm pretty sure the last thing I need to do is just get my nail gun and pin the underside to it. Yeah, maybe not. I can't get this in there. Right, what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to trim it down and put it in two parts. All right, let's try that one again, shall we? Now I have it in two parts. I should be able to just put this one in the corner here. This is the worst angle ever, I'm sorry. And then just pin this. There. Right, pin the other one. This one's going to be a little bit more challenging, but we can do it. Right, so, okay. Jesus Christ. Right, I need to get it square in the front here. So, oh. So that's nice. Right, that one's in. Oh my good God. There is an easier way to do this. I just don't know what it is. Alright. Okay. Okay. Holy moly. This is a hot and sweaty work, but ripping. The Orion Whittle signature collection. This is the crew neck, by the way, which is super comfortable. Get yours. I'm going to carry on pinning this in. Alrighty, there we have it. A desk built in, and it's not going anywhere, and it is spot on level. This box also weighs a ton, and it is holding it perfectly fine. I have no concerns about putting stuff on here at all. However, this drawer is incredibly deep. I can only just touch the back of that. However, in a future video, what I will be doing is I'm going to order some rails. You can probably get from IKEA or something like that. And I'm actually going to make some drawers that slide out that she can actually use to put stuff in rather than just these holes that are there. I just kind of preemptively did this now because I don't have the stuff to build the drawers right now. But later on, there will be drawers in here. On that same token, it's probably not going to stay looking like plywood. I might stain it or just use a kind of like a varnish to cover it so it doesn't feel so rough. I have sanded this down. I didn't show it, but I have one of these, which is just hand sander, just to get some of the sharp edges off it so she doesn't get any splinters or anything like that. But for the most part, the functionality of the desk is done. I just need to dress it up a little bit. I guess I should grab a chair and actually see if it works as well as intended. And I am shocked, but it is bang on. This feels great. I've got plenty of leg room underneath, so I'm not like banging my knees. And this is at the chair at its lowest. And even when it's at its highest, I still have a fair bit of room. Like, look, you bounce my leg. I've nailed that. Doesn't feel rough. It actually feels quite nice. Now, don't get me wrong. It is a bit of an eyesore right now, but this mini-series, I'll call it, is a work in progress, and you've got to trust the process. We have got the desk in, so it's usable. I am actually going to mount the monitors to the wall because obviously mounting stuff to the desk is a little challenging. And I'm also obviously going to be putting these shelves up here and across the top. Not in today's video. For today, I'm happy that I just got it built because I don't know if I've mentioned it in this vlog or if you've not seen some of the other vlogs, but long story short, I've been feeling down lately, a little bit burnt out, I think, and I'm going to ease my way back into the videos. I'm not going to full blown and do it all in one huge video. We're going to do it little by little and slowly get back on my feet. And honestly, that is a great way to start. I am sorry if you're expecting like the whole shebang in this video, but I think I just need to take some time, kind of be a little bit selfish. I know that sounds bad, but I've been around for a long time and I know what it's like to get down and keep digging that hole. And I know it's important to take time for myself. So that is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to just do it slowly. I'm not going to overwhelm myself and then just get burnt out all over again. But coming up soon is the great outdoors, as I've got all of the gardening tools I require to start. And despite it kind of looking a little overcast right now, it has actually been blue skies all day, really nice weather, and it's a lot warmer. It's been like 15 degrees of late, which is super nice. And I really want to mix up my content a bit, do a bit of outdoor exploring, do a bit of gardening, carry on with the DIY stuff inside, just pace myself. I don't want to bang on it about a lot because I know people just click on it for the DIY. They don't really care about me. That sounds so bad to say, but like I do understand that, I want to deliver, the content that you clicked on to watch. I don't want to ramble on and on and on about woe is me. So yeah, thank you for bearing with me. I'm sorry there hasn't been so many vlogs recently, but I think it was important for me just to take a little bit of a break, just to recharge my batteries, focus on like the merch and doing other little things. But I am actually feeling a lot better that I kind of decided, not today, but yesterday when I woke up, like I'm going to get up and I'm going to do something today. And I think I just needed to get the ball rolling, and then it kind of gave me motivation as I went on. So thank you very much for watching and staying with me. I am actually kind of excited now to keep going on with the desk and see how much further I can go with it with, the shelves built into it, the big shelf across the top. If this all ends up looking good by the time I'm finished, Jess really wants me to build her a wardrobe. And I know I've just done a desk inside a wardrobe, but her current closet situation isn't looking too good. So if I'm happy with how the desk turns out and Jess likes it and stuff like that, I will give it a crack at just making a wardrobe, because she literally just needs shelves or almost like bins in the wall where she could just fold the clothes and put them in. She doesn't care for a hanger or anything like that. Maybe I can incorporate that just to jazz it up rather than just constantly building shelves, because let's be honest, this desk is essentially just a big shelf. I am Really looking forward to adding like the fascia to it, staining it and doing the drawers. So it's not just a shelf like I've done in the past, and just mixing it up a little bit, as well as the cupboard in the corner for the electronics, which I'll probably do the electrics off stream, off video, because people get really iffy about electric stuff. All I'm doing is adding sockets here, so it's not that big of a deal. But adding in all of these shelves up here, and then, you know, the ultimate storage area to make the most of the wardrobe, as well as turning it into a desk, I think it should end up looking quite nice. So if you've enjoyed this video, please leave it a thumbs up rating. I'd appreciate that. I'm sorry it's not like everything all in one. I should probably start compiling and compacting all of the videos I make in these mini series, putting it into one video. I know a lot of people watch those like time lapses of beginning to end of house renovations, for example. But yeah, I would appreciate if you could leave this video a thumbs up and show that support. It really lets me know that you guys are enjoying the content, and I have no reason to be burnt out. I don't know, like, you guys are so supportive, and I really do appreciate it. I probably said this way too many times, but anyways, if you are new to my channel, hit subscribe. But as always, guys, it's been Orion. Cop yourself some merch, start repping, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace, much love, bye-bye. And I've kicked, hoping that it turns out okay, because I'm going to be using plywood made out of plywood, which will separate, as well as my Marksman like chalk. I'm really hoping that this just fits in, but I have a strange feeling that it's not going to. Shit.